I write books. I like Lady Pancake and Sir French Toast and Dragon. Have you guys read any of these books? Wow. Oh, hello there. So, yeah, did you guys have questions that you wanted to ask me? Yes. Oh, hey Zach, how's it going? Any questions you wanted to ask me about writing or kind of anything really? I'd be happy to answer them.
We do. Can you see our friends here? We have a lot of.
Oh yeah, I can see everyone. Yeah. You guys see me okay?
6 classes of you. So
wow.
Thank you.
Is this the library? This looks like an awesome library.
Thank you. This is the library, and we met before. Funk, remember? Lisa Funk.
Yeah, nerd camp, right?
Yeah, nerd camp.
Yeah, how's it going? Oh, I like your shirt.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we came up with some questions for you. We're very excited to talk to you. So we have some student speakers that are going to ask you some questions.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so our first speaker, Caitlin, you want to stand up? Okay, go ahead and ask your question.
What inspired you to be an author?
Oh, well, okay. I actually didn't start writing until I was about 32 years old. So, yeah. Well, so, I mean, I wrote in school, but I'm a software engineer. I write code. That is my day job. Does anybody do coding or anything like that? Yeah? So, oh, that's awesome. So that's what I do. I'm actually on my lunch break right now, and after our Skype, I'm gonna head back to the office and do some more coding. I write in C and C++ and some Python, but anyway, I didn't start writing picture books until I had kids, when my kids were probably like 3 and 6 years old. Right now, they're in 4th grade and 7th grade.
Wow.
When they were about 3 and 6, I was reading a lot of books to them. I mean, I was reading books before they were 3 and 6, like throughout their whole lives. But that was when I thought, you know what, it might be fun to try to write some picture books. So some of my favorite books that I read to them, let's see, this one here, Iggy Peck Architects, is one of my favorites. You guys know this one? So yeah, it's so cool that, like, you know, when I was a kid, books were always about, I don't know, the first day of school, or going to bed, or a dinosaur, or a teddy bear. And this was about an architect, which was just something kind of different. I thought that was really cool. And another one of my favorites was this one, The Curious Garden. I loved the art of this. It was such beautiful art, and I really fell in love with sort of the picture book world, and I decided I wanted to try to write some of my own, and that's what I did. It's because I was reading so many awesome books. That is what inspired me to want to be a writer.
Awesome. Okay, so we have another question that is going to be, you want to stand up? Rhyanna.
When did you first start to write like an author?
Oh, I can't really hear.
She said, do you want to say it again?
When did you first start to write like an author?
When did you first start to write like an author?
Oh, well, so I think that I always tried to write good stories that I thought people would like. But it wasn't until I was 32, like I said, that I started writing to try to get published. But, you know, does anybody play any sports or play any instruments or anything like that? So think about, what grade are you guys in? 7th grade? Oh, okay, 3rd grade. So when I was in, you know, think about how good you were at sports or instruments in kindergarten. Right, you're probably better today than you were when you were in kindergarten. Well, when you were 2 years old when I started writing. Okay, that's how old you were when I started writing, and so I really thought it took practice to get good at writing. So my first book, my very first book, Lady Pancake and Sir French Toast, it came out in 2015. This came out at the beginning of 1st grade. Wow. So like the first week of 1st grade is when this book came out, and. But I started writing this probably 3.5 years before that. So I'm a better writer today than I was when I wrote this book, you know, what, 5.5, 6 years ago. And I'm a better writer today even than when I wrote this book. This is my newest book. It came out 3 days ago on Tuesday. It's called How to Code a Sandcastle. And it's about coding, which is my day job, and it's a picture book, you know, for ages 4 to 10, so somewhere in that range. And I think that I still wrote this like a year and a half, 2.5 years ago, and it just came out last week. So like it takes a lot of practice to be a good writer. So when you said like when did I start writing, good enough to be published, and like I think that I'm always learning more and more about how to write. Just like you're a better soccer player or basketball player or baseball player than you were 3 years ago, but you're going to be better when you're in 4th grade and 5th grade and 6th grade. So it's kind of like an always ever evolving process, I think.
Great. Okay.